What it do? What it do? Yeah, I'm back at it, man. I just wanted to make another video. I haven't been on my video game in a while. I thought I'd really rant, share my thoughts on this whole Star Wars debacle, man. And how I would really like to, probably make my own Star Wars film or write or whatever. Yeah, I'm kind of stumbling, but I'm trying to get through my talking. But it's just a video, just me ranting about Star Wars and the whole state, and and how I would see something good coming out of everything that's going on now with I'm hearing about I'm trying to erase the new movies. The past movies they have done, and basically just wiping it clean, which I feel like that's a good sign. Me personally, this is my opinion. Everybody got their own opinion, and I know there's mine. But yeah, man, that's a sign. Me growing up, I was a huge Star Wars fan, still pretty much am. Basically, of the Rogue One, I like that one, and just that gritty Star Wars feels so low, man. But I rather take Rogue One is where they that was like that whole thing, which kudos to whoever did that, the team behind that. But anyway, if you're watching this, I'd like you to like or subscribe, and you don't really have to do any of those if you don't want. But I'm gonna get into the video. But Star Wars for me was like an event growing up. I just remember always having that eye for it. I'm not too fond of the original movies. I wasn't too fond of them until later on in life. And so Star Wars, was just something that was just there for me. And I always feel like Star Wars will always be there for me. Now looking back on it, the nostalgia feel of it, growing up with it, and now just years later into my adult life, and they tried to carry on a tradition, but in my opinion, it didn't hit. It just to me, it just looks like something that I wouldn't digest, like something I wouldn't consume. Me being a consumer, they missed the mark, especially on that new Indiana Jones. The last one they did on that, wasn't too much of a fan on that as well, but they tried, and hey, that's all you can do, right? But I feel like I could make a great Star Wars accurate film. I mean, that would be a dream of mine, actually. I mean, if I could, give me the keys to the whole Star Wars franchise. I mean, come on. That's just magic right there. Because of me having a bit of the lore already, me and being more familiar with it, why not? It's just, I feel like this with anything, just like the job. I mean, you got experience in it already. Why not pursue it? You got a little something in the background. Why not? Which is funny me referencing that, but it's the truth. Star Wars, I feel like that's something that I would hold well. I would treasure it. With that being said, how I feel about what's going on is just trying to, wipe the slate clean. Basically keep the original movies and the prequels or whatever, but start over. Star Wars definitely would need a reset. I feel like they should do a reset. Just compared on to the low quality stuff we've been getting, as of late, the past, the 10 years. For real, if you want to be for real. Well, not 10 years, but almost 10 years. With the last movie they did, The Rise of Skywalker. And I mean, and it's sad at the same time, because I'm getting to my point. Star Wars is not hard to do, in my opinion. It's not. You have your villain, you have your hero, Then you get to the, your character. Bottom line, hero, villain, character. That's it. That's it. And as I was saying earlier, looking back, on the original movies, you had that certain magic, and I instantly out the gate seen it. When it didn't take me later on into life, in my age, to go back and look at those original movies and seeing it, and it's just missing from today's current state of Star Wars, which makes a lot of sense. And you got the Mandalorian Grogu out, finna get ready to come out. It's funny, I'm even doing this video even before it coming out. I think the movie drops next Friday, May 22nd, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy on beyond my belief, because I wasn't even expecting to do this video, honestly. And so that shows just how much Star Wars actually means to me, and how I would really, really, really like to see it. I mean, it can be done. You gotta get the Disney. You gotta get me in there. Like, I'm just gonna be real. I ain't being cocky, funny, none. You gotta get somebody like me. You gotta holler at me. Somebody send me something, because I'm your guy. I'm the guy for it. Or either me or a team. But if you got a team, and then I'm in there somewhere. Maybe getting my pointers, dropping my 2 cents in, if that makes sense. And I mean, putting my little opinion if you would allow it. Because you got some writers that, I can do, you got those kinds that they can feel like they can, and there's nothing wrong with you, but I'm a passionate writer as well, and feel like, there's definitely some, I would like to be a part of. So if I'm in that writing room as well, so be it. I mean, I wouldn't mind at all, or, maybe just look on the outside looking in. Either way, it's cool with me, but yeah. And man, so that's my whole take on it. You got the original Star Wars. I know about a $1 billion franchise. It's just something that a lot of people, that are not Star Wars fans tend to look over, but the true Star Wars fans actually know where it's at. This is May, like I said, May the 4th, all that. I'm not really into stuff like that, but I have seen the Mandalorian Grogu stuff. I think I wouldn't mind going to see it, just to see what it's talking about. But other than that, yeah, man, that'll be a pass, just because me personally, I'm, simply waiting on Spider-Man to drop. Like I told you on my channel before, I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. Die hard. I know I definitely could do something with that if given the opportunity. Make it impactful. And that's what's missing today, I feel like, in most modern movies, that impact, that whole 80s, 90s feel of it, and I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with that, even compared to where we are now. And we're in a whole new day and age. Yes, I get that, but just bringing that traditional feel to the movies, I feel like that's what's missing. But hey, I could be spitballing. I probably don't know what I'm talking about. That's just an opinion of mine. Sorry, I'm in here hiccuping and gulping, but yeah, that's my whole take on it. I see a brighter future for Star Wars if Disney, just stay out the way and don't interfere. That's just the main thing. Or not even Disney in particular, but the higher ups, the powers that be, the executives that feel like, hey, why don't we know? Star Wars isn't. It took one man. And that was George Lucas. And the same could be done here. It might take a team, but I feel, it's gonna take, that captain steering the ship, that's, overseeing things like, what's wrong with a little opinion or a few notes here and there. But I'm not gonna rant too long. I was actually busy doing something. Yeah, that's just my whole take. May the 4th be with you, even though it's not the 4th. But yeah, I think I've got what I wanted to say pretty much out the way. Just basically, Star Wars is not dead. I mean, it's just the current state is just pretty dry and shallow. I'm pretty sure the Mandalorian Grogu is what the audience, those true diehard fans really needed. If you want to be honest, because you know the years and years of just not even having anything in the theater Star Wars material, you know, and then I think that's just the flagship starting to say that it's like, hey, we still here, and yeah, we can see it, man. So you know, this is just a big sign, and you know, just course correct. Same with Marvel. Marvel trying to, you know, go back to their roots. The same with Star Wars, man. You know, it's not hard. All you gotta do is reach out to me, get at me. I'll fix it if you need me to. But that's all I got for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. But I'm out.